tubiest of the tubiest, the best YouTube subscribers on the planet. That's you. And I'm 50 plus. I know it's been a little while since you guys have heard from me. I know my videos output has been very sporadic, and I thank you guys very much for hanging in there. And I know you've hung in there because 2023, I didn't upload near as much as I did previous years. However, you guys still subscribed at the same rate, and I really, really, really do appreciate it. And trust me, trust what I'm telling you. Once I get done with all of this finagling crap I got to do, and we make a change with this channel, it will be worth it, and you guys will be glad that you hung in there with me. I did get some good news yesterday. At one of the projects going on to help me with this YouTube channel is almost at its completion, so I believe we'll be ready to launch either the end of next month or the first week of March. So thank you all for hanging in there with me. I promise it's going to be a good thing, and the channel is going to be very educational. Of course, truck driver information, flatbed information, and it's going to be, of course, heavily leaning toward Melton, because that's where I am. That's what I know to be factual. But hopefully it's just going to be some really good flatbed information in general. Okay? So thank you guys for hanging in there with me. By the way, I really, really, really need you guys to take a moment, reach down there below, and doesn't cost you a dime, but if you would just hit that subscribe button for me, hit that thumbs up button for me, and then click that notification bell when it gives you 3 options. Click the options with the little exclamation points on either side there, and you'll get notification when I upload. I just diatribed and told you I don't bug you. I'm not gonna be ringing your inbox every day, 5 times a day. No, but I promise you, if you turn on that notification bell, the information you get will be useful. Okay, so you guys are going to listen to me run my mouth while I get this load off me, okay? The first thing I want to talk to you guys about, Elite Solutions Restoration. One of the UBiest reached out to me, and he asked me about what good information would I give, or good advice would I give to someone who's just getting into this industry, into the transportation industry, and truck driving. He's getting a CDL, just like a lot of you guys are. Listen, this is the number one advice that I can give you, and everything else is going to piggyback off of it, okay? The number one thing is you need to determine whether or not you are going to be an OTR driver, or if you're going to be a regional driver, and what's going to work best for your family, okay? The next thing is, branching off of that, you need to make sure, if you're married, if you have a significant other, or if you have children, or even a pet, okay, you need to make sure that everybody is on board with you. If you're going to do OTR, they need to understand that they won't see you for extremely long periods of time, and you need to know that you're not going to see them for extended long periods of time. It doesn't go just one way. That you need to be worried that they'll miss you. You'll have some very, very lonely nights, okay, and it can mess with your psyche. So you need to be ready to be away from family. And last thing on that part is, before you leave for the first orientation, you need to make sure that everything is in order. How are you going? If you have property, uh, cars, whatever it is, how is these things going to be taken care of? How is your house going to be taken care of? The bills paid, the grass being mowed, uh, security systems, all that kind of thing, to make sure that everything at your house is taken care of before you leave. Extremely important. Okay. Um, outside of that, everything's going to be a growing pains. Okay, and it's not a whole lot I can do to prep you for all of those things until these things are about to come at you, and I might be able to help you navigate through it. But there's just a plethora of things that can get in your way. Okay, but those things are absolute deal breakers. I'm telling you, I've had so many students on this truck who didn't even complete their first month. They may have, two didn't even get off the truck, man. They bailed for home issues. Okay. And I can't even count how many left within the first, let's say, quarter. Okay. They didn't make 3 months, 90 days. They didn't make it, man. I mean, that's a lot. I know for sure didn't even make it 30 days because of home time. You know, if you think about it this way, you're in CDL school for however length of time that was, and then you come to orientation for however much time that was, depending on what company you go to. If you come here, it's 8 days. A lot. Oh my God, a lot better than it used to be. 2 full weeks. Now, you guys may not agree with this part. Um, I'm glad it's not a long orientation, but I kind of wish that extra week would be moved to truck time. Okay, I would rather have a guy on the truck with enough time to get everything he needed, rather than that it's been a little short. I've had guys that they're at that 21-day mark, and they're doing okay. But I know if I could keep them on the truck for another week, um, they would feel a lot more confident, and I would feel a lot more confident with them, um, because I just feel like the amount of time sitting in a classroom getting talked to, that time could have been moved to truck time, and you have a little bit better grasp of what's happening once you get out on the road. That being said, I don't believe that I've had any students struggle like that because they did not stay a fourth week. So, not everybody needs that, so it is what it is. But anyways, if you think about the fact that you spent all this time preparing for the day where you then get dispatched in your own truck, that's been an extended period of time. You probably already a few months in, detached from your family. And even if you did trucking school at home, you may have been preoccupied with trucking school. So you may have been there but not present, if you know what I mean. And then the weeks or close to months that you've been gone while going through orientation and then the on truck training. Okay, so um, that's a lot of time. Then you may go out for another month before you go home. So there might be 3 months before you come home. But that is an initial shock that I don't recommend right away if you have a family. I recommend that you go ahead and get a little bit of time out on the road after you get done with your trainer, maybe 2 weeks at the very most, but you need to be home. I mean, if you can get a load through the house or home for home time right off your trainer's truck, that is going to bridge the gap a little bit with the time that you're going to be out and the time you've been away from home, and get the family to come to the truck wherever you got it parked, and let them tour it, take some pictures in it, and let them kind of see where you're going to be, uh, sleeping and working while you're not there with them. They can at least, um, uh, in theory, be there with you. You know what I mean? When you're talking to them, they kind of know where your surroundings is, like you know where theirs is. Those things kind of help. So, new guys, I hope that's going to give you a little bit. And again, I'm always around. If you guys need, I may not be making a video, okay, but that doesn't mean that I'm not here. I did not quit this. Obviously, you see me doing this. I did not quit Milton. I will not quit Milton. I'm going to retire here. So we're gonna continue on this journey. Okay, enough of that yapping. So I want to talk a little bit about DOT clocks, okay? And what I'm hoping is give you guys a little glimpse into what DOT clocks actually mean, how they actually work. Okay, now as you can see, I'm using a bunch. You're re-seeing this video. Okay, I'm doing it because I know my mouth running is going to be long. Okay, so bear with what you're watching, and it's more about what I'm trying to get through to you guys. Okay, I want to talk to you about this DOT clocks. So you have 4 DOT clocks. Okay, you have an 8-hour clock, you have a 11-hour clock, you have a 14-hour clock, you have a 70-hour clock. Okay, and to kind of help you guys understand what those clocks are, I'm gonna say, let's just say, in your current job, you are a banker. Okay, and you work a 9 to 5 40-hour week job. Okay, that's what normal people do. Okay, so I hope what I'm about to tell you is not going to turn you off from being a truck driver, because this job ain't normal. That's why I'm using a banker, a normal 40-hour week job. We don't work 40 hours, okay? You work 40 hours, you're going to be broke. So here we go. All right. So the banker, again, has 5 days a week where he goes to work or she goes to work. And in that week, that the period of time that she will spend or he will spend at work is 40 hours in that 5-day period. Okay, we as truck drivers have a week, and that week is 70 hours. It's actually 20 hours more than the banker. The banker would have gotten 20 hours of overtime pay or maybe even double time pay, and we still on regular pay for 70 hours. Okay, so the 40-hour week for the banker, that 40 hours is the amount of time allotted for him to work or she to work in a full week. Ours is 70 hours in a full week. Okay, so each day that banker is going to use 8 hours. Okay, so if you think about it like this, that those 8 hours per day, when you add them up, is his completed work week. And we have a daily allotted amount of time that we can work as well. And it is 11 hours. Okay, you have 11 hours to actually perform work, okay, per day. To get 8, we get 11. Again, we don't get the overtime. Understand? You can say, man, I don't know if I want to do this. What come I'm working so much? Yeah, you're gonna work a lot. You got a 70-hour week, and you're gonna be working 11 hours per day. In that work day, the banker might have 11 hours, and in that 11 hours, they are going to stop and take that 8 hours, they're going to stop and they're going to take a lunch break, 30 minutes. We also take a 30-minute lunch break. We have to take a 30-minute lunch break after we've worked consecutively 8 hours of our 11-hour workday. So we can work consistently, nonstop for 8 consecutive hours. The banker gets to go home, but we get to take lunch. 30 minutes later, we start back up again, and we can work those last 3 hours, okay? So let's talk about the 3 clocks that we've just talked about. We talked about a 70-hour work week. It's the same thing as the 40-hour work week for the banker, right? We talked about the length of time we can work each day, which is 11 hours. The banker gets 8, right? And then we talked about an 8-hour clock, and that's the amount of time that you can work consecutively before you have to take your lunch break for 30 minutes. After you've done with that lunch break, you're going to get 3 hours back on your clock to finish off your 11 hours, okay? Now, there's another window of time. It's a 14-hour clock, okay? And in that 14-hour clock, you can work 11 of that 14. And there's going to be a 3-hour window of extra time, correct? So basically you can work 8 hours and then take a 2.5-hour break if you wanted to, and then start working again for that last 3, and you're done. So there's a window of time that you can accomplish 11 hours of work. You follow me? The banker, he's got 8 hours. He got to do as much as he can in that 8 hours, and when he gets it done, he gets to go home. Okay? We actually have a larger window, 14-hour window to do 11 hours of work. So now let's recap again so we make sure we're all on the same page. So now we have an 70-hour work week. That's 1 clock. We have 14 hours in a day that we can use to perform 11 hours of work, of which we can work 8 of those hours consecutive before we have to take a 30-minute break. After that 30-minute break, we'll get the remaining time. Now, that's very basic, but you need to get a grasp of what those clocks mean before we can go to the next step. Now, quite a long time. So, in the next video, we're going to talk about how those clocks can be utilized, okay? And we're going to start with the daily clock, which is going to be the 11-hour window of time, and that's going to incorporate the 8-hour. Okay, but we're going to do that in the next video. And if you guys keep watching, and I won't let it get weeks and weeks down the road. I'll make this next video tomorrow, so then you guys can continue to follow the DOT clock thing. And each day, when you have questions about the DOT clock, put those questions down in the comments, and I'm going to address it in the next video. Okay? So, as this video hits, you guys put your comments down there, ask the questions you want. There may be some experienced drivers that might chime in and answer those questions for you. but legit questions, I'm going to address them in the next video. Okay, so I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me, and I'm gonna not make you guys watch stuff you've already watched. You can just click off right there if you want, or I'll let the video run until this trailer gets empty, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I promise you, you will not regret it, and I will not put out a bunch of content that you can't use. Okay, so click that notification bell and thumbs up and subscribe. You know, I don't ask that very often, but I need to, because I don't post a bunch of videos. So I need you guys to help share it by hit that thumbs up. But I really appreciate it. Till I see you again, Deliverance.